is in. You want me to bring him out? Okay. Wow. He has an ag rob from 2012, another ag rob from 2015, a continuous family violence that was just dismissed today. Today.
That's what I.
Hold up. Did you catch that? Charges just got dismissed today. That's how fast court records can shift, and it shows how chaotic tracking prior charges can be. Ever wonder how often defendants benefit from timing like this?
I was confused about. Okay.
I see a dismissal on a continuous.
That had not come through on mine yet. Okay,
As of this morning, it wasn't dismissed, so.
we've been trying to figure it out.
I'm now seeing it's dismissed.
Okay, so that makes sense. The continuous was for the two AFMs that he was charged with on, these two. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. They're from the same day. It looks like the same transaction. It's his mom and dad is how I read it in the
So did he allegedly beat up mom and dad?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's why it's two. So someone mistakenly just put it two together and charged as a
Well,
felony?
actually, on the penal code, Judge, it's continuous. The way that you bring two people, even the same day, is continuous. But it was refiled, so that's immaterial now.
Is this what you wanted to be two misdemeanors? And
So I wasn't on the felony. I was just trying to figure out what was happening because we had the two misdemeanors from the same transaction as the continuous. So now that I know it's being dismissed, it makes more sense.
speak English, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. You are Enrique Alvarez.
Yes.
Mr. Alvarez, you're charged with 2 counts of assault. You're facing assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases and/or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an address for a disturbance call. They spoke with Ms. Alvarez, defendant's father, who had injuries to both sides of his face, a swollen eye, and blood on his jacket. The complaining witness, his mother, had a scrape on her right elbow and a bruise on her calf. There was blood on the door.
Wait, stop. All this over a single dollar? This is the kind of petty trigger that spirals into major legal trouble. What do you think? Should courts weigh the ridiculousness of the motive when deciding bond?
Driveway on both of the complaining witnesses' clothes. Defendant's father lives at the residence. He advised the defendant asked him for $1, and the complainant told him to get to work. The defendant went outside and knocked over a potted plant. The complainant witness.
All of this for $1.
The complainant went to pick up the plant, and the defendant struck him in the face with his fist. Complainant felt pain. His mother stated that the complaining witness started fighting, so she attempted to stop the fight. Defendant kicked her in the leg and pushed her to the ground, and she felt pain.
Mr. Alvarez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go.
Judge isn't pulling punches here, calling out anger issues directly. This is more than legal talk. It's a wake-up call. Do you think tough love judges are effective? Or does it just push defendants deeper into frustration?
Go forward with this, both of your cases. Sam, where do we go from here?
Just with like a bond set, because there's no bond set at this point. And he's been in custody for, I believe, the last 3 months on the continuous.
Wow, really?
Yes, so I think we're going to have to figure out what it is we want to do on this.
Jail.
Well, I've just been doing my.
Just, you have some serious anger issues, man. I don't know why. You have an ag rob, another ag rob. You had that continuous. Got to do some soul searching, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
That attitude or the anger.
Oof, this moment hits hard. Judge reminds him how much his parents sacrificed, and now they're the victims. That emotional appeal isn't just courtroom drama, it's strategy. What would you feel hearing this if it were your family?
All it does is lead you to jail. Over $1 leads you to now 3 months of your life have been ruined for $1. I would hope that you do some soul searching back there so that we can get to the root of the problem so that you stop coming back here. I don't know. What do you guys think as far as a bond? Pavel?
You understand what request final each? Surety.
We would ask for PR bond.
I'm not going to grant a PR bond. I just, you scare me, Mr. Alvarez, really. You do, because with the prior two ag robs, and it's mom and dad, I mean, really. How many times they change your diaper? How many times they put up with you? Really? I'll set it at 3,000 each. Yeah. Mr. Alvarez, I don't know if you're going to bond out, okay? But if you do, you're not to have contact with your mother or your father. I'm also going to issue orders for protection on each of those of your mom and dad. So if I can get this thing to work.
Here comes the life lesson. Think before you act. Judges often hammer this home when defendants clearly act without foresight. Quick poll. How many bad decisions in your life started with, "I didn't think about the consequences"?
So Pedro Alvarez. And Maria Garcia de Alvarez, they're both now will be identified as protected individuals. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against them. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. Sam, tell me, has there not been a bond in the felony cases?
It was set at 60,000, I believe.
Okay.
And he did not make it.
Right. Do you have anyone to bond you out now, Mr. Alvarez?
And here's the twist. Judge isn't just punishing, he's pushing for diagnosis and therapy. That's rare in high-volume courts. Do you think mental health evaluations should be mandatory in violent family cases?
I've been given his sister's number. He says that I think she's the best person I have to get in touch with, but he doesn't think she'll be able to make it.
These are things that you have to think about before making a move when you're out in the free world. If I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? If you don't have anyone in this world that's going to bond you out, is it worth it? I think that at this point, probably what would be best is let's get a TRAS done. There's no sense in having him just languish in jail for nothing.
Right.
So let's do an expedited TRAS. Let's see what they say, what would be the best way of going through this thing. I don't want to keep you in there forever. That's not the goal of here. We don't like to just keep people in jail, but we need to get to the root of the problem to figure out where the anger stems from. Once we get to that and figure out and deal with it, then you can go ahead and live your life and work, make money, and perhaps get married and have kids, But the last thing we want is you to get out there in the real world and, God forbid, have a child and release on that child. That's not what we want. So let's address this anger issue. Let's get to it. And if they have a proper diagnosis, and if you're honest with them, because that's what it takes, be honest with them. Speaking of which, on the honest TRAS, is he here today? Frazier?
Yeah, I'm back there.
Okay, so we need Mr. Brooker. Hopefully he'll show up, yeah. Be honest, and then we can work something to get you out and deal with all these issues, huh? But if I see that you're honest, it's not gonna go well, because we have this issue with another inmate now where we had a TRAS and it came back and it was completely just, we know it's bogus.
Okay.
Work it, be honest, and then I'll help you out, Mr. Alvarez.
Yes.
Okay? All right, so let's expedite it now so we don't just have him sit and
I'll do
wait.
that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll look at one and so we can worry.
So do you mind, there's only a MOAP on one of the cases. Can you file it on the second one, please?
All right.
Okay.
Come on this way, Mr.
Mr. Robertson, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On June 19th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a panic alarm at a 7-Eleven. The complaining witness advised that the defendant entered the business and stared at her before leaving. The complaining witness officers to be at the location, and upon contact with the defendant told officers he remembered being told not to return.
Mr. Robertson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this location.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Look, you can pray all you want. It's your actions that dictate what happens. You now have 2 open felony cases. You think they're going to be happy that you picked up this new case?
Yes, sir.
Right. They're probably, if my guess, at some point when judge gets wind of this, they're going to file a motion to revoke your bond and raise it up. So be on the lookout.
Sure.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a clothing line. I work with a movie company, with furniture.
So how much money do you make a month doing